Welcome to UIW Sports. Title pending, I am Ryan Eschberg with my co-host,
Kim Quapel.
And it was a short week in sports today, but we'll get to it. Tonight marked the first night that the Incarnate Word football team hit the field, so let's get to the highlights. It was a gorgeous night at the brand new Benson Stadium on the campus of Incarnate Word. There was a big crowd on hand to catch the first ever action of Incarnate Word football. The offense had a productive night, putting up an explosive 541 yards of offense as we see quarterback Peyton Lynch throw a nice 5-yard out to wide receiver Joey Boyd. But here was the problem for the offense. They looked impressive putting yards in the stat book, but they couldn't convert those yards to points. J.J. Johnson with a quick burst of speed looks to be in the end zone, but fumble! Recovered by Aaron Willis, and he gives the defense an early lead. And look at him, he is pumped. Late in the first half, quarterback Thomas Specia takes the snap and unleashes a bomb to wideout Robert Williams. And he does not slow down for a second to secure the 6 points for the offense. Classy touchdown celebration there, as he might have gotten fined for anything worse if he was in the NFL. The defense had a halftime lead of 28-7. But this was the story of the night: defensive domination. The offense had tried to make a second half comeback, but that fell short. And boom! Linebacker Tyler Fields lays a bone-crushing hit. Defense wins 49-23. Peyton Lynch had 72 rushing yards and 110 passing yards, but it was the defense who forced 3 fumbles, had 1 interception.
Along with football, we also had a weekend full of baseball. Let's go to the film. The quest for first place in the Heartland Conference baseball got a little more interesting for the University of the Incarnate Word after UIW completed a series sweeping Sunday's doubleheader at Sullivan Field. It was these 2 runs early on in the game that got the Cardinals a jump start, and from there, they just kept ripping away. Up to bat, sophomore Richard Torres gets belted by a hard ball, and that pitcher better watch his face or there's going to be a bench-clearing brawl. Sorry to excite you folks, there were no brawls, but there were definitely more runs as sophomore Josiah Rodriguez hits a slow dribbler right through the gap between third and short, adding a point to the scoreboard. And the hits did not stop there. It wasn't only offense that was dominating. Pitcher Jake Smith threw strike after strike after strike to add to the 43 total strikeouts. Over the weekend, Incarnate Word defeated Oklahoma Panhandle 4-0, putting Oklahoma Panhandle at a record of 1-39 and Incarnate Word at an overall record of 29-13, with 46 runs scored and 41 strikeouts.
And there was one final sporting event this past weekend, and it was tennis. The Incarnate Word men's tennis team beat Southeastern Oklahoma in a Heartland Conference matchup 5-2. That leaves Southeastern Oklahoma 7-10 on the year and moves Incarnate Word 14-8. That leaves them closer to playoff contention. That was a great week in sports, but be sure to tune in the fall. We'll have a lot more highlights.
More interviews.
And a lot more action. But until then, see ya.